Hello, my name is Katie Atkinson. I am a kinesiology major with a secondary ed minor. So for my interview today, the first question is, in your own schooling, did you have a subject area, task, or assignment where you struggled? Yes, I struggled with English pretty bad, grammar, and the reading with the STAR testing or honestly, I took tax testing more than STAR, but the reading and the questions is what really I struggled really bad with. I was not very good at that at all. How did I solve it? Teachers actually pulled me out of my class through guided practice. I would get pulled out of class and spend like 20-30 minutes or so with just me and the teacher, sometimes with two other students. And we would go through the readings and go through different strategies, how to answer the questions, how to go back and make little comments, all that good stuff. And that really helped me a lot and even gave me confidence that, I can do this. I can pass this test. It's not going to define me as a person. I can do it. I just need to relax, read, understand. Anyway, so yes, that really helped me a lot with that. How would you use this experience to guide you in helping your future students? Well, I'm doing physical education, so it is different than like your typical course subjects where you can just go and help your student individual like that with different questions or problems. But for physical education, if I see students struggling, it's really important to motivate students in physical education, because there's a lot of people who, one, don't like being physical and aren't going to be as athletic as your typical athletes, but it's just really important for them to stay motivated, and of course I would help them through guided practice as well. But yes. I'll move on to the next one. Tell me about a teacher who impacted your education either negatively or positively. So since I am looking forward to be a coach, like that's my goal, is to be a coach rather than a physical education teacher, but of course I gotta start somewhere, so I'll just go around that. But the coach that impacted me to where that's where I want to be is my high school coach, Coach White. He was a very understanding, kind, and motivating coach. He told you when you messed up in a positive, always a positive way. He never downgraded you in any way or made you feel like you weren't good enough. Never put me down. Always there for the team as a whole. He always had our back. He made us feel good as a team together as one, to where we could go out and, win every game or come together as a whole team. And that's something that I've really loved when I was playing. I played soccer, so coach-wise, something I want to coach it is soccer. But anyway, he was just a really good coach. Everything that a coach needs: personality, motivation, positivity, but with a little bit of, get on the line. He was just everything that a coach should be. Always had our back, something I'll never forget. And a coach, and he always made practice fun. It's not fun to go to practice and knowing you're going to run laps, or, it's going to be a conditioning practice. He always made it fun. And, I never minded going to practice. I was like, oh, practice, yes, like, let's go. It won't be bad. I'll be with my team. So that is something that really impacted me in a good way. Impacted me in a bad way is I did play soccer in college. I went to a junior college and played for 2 years, and my coach there was absolutely horrible. A horrible experience with my team. Like that's a whole nother thing. But coach-wise, he was just the complete opposite. He was rude, not understanding. He literally made me hate the game. And that's just for someone who's played their whole life and has loved it. It was just really hard for me to be in that setting with a completely horrible coach who didn't care how any of his athletes felt, I guess. And we're girls, you know, we're very, very, very sensitive. Um, but he put down the team as a whole, never had our backs, punished us to the max for no reason, and that's something that they really tell us at the kines departments is, you know, students aren't gonna like running because it's so much as more as like a punishment rather than, you know, you're running to get in shape. And that's literally how I felt, is that, oh, we're running, it's not because we're gonna get better, it's because we're getting punished. So yeah, that whole experience with him impacted me to where I didn't even want to play anymore. I didn't want to pursue my career. You know, I had other offers to go out and play at the higher level. And at that point, I was like, no, I just want to focus on school. I'm just going to go to Sam Houston and work on my studies and not play soccer. And do I regret it? I'm trying not to live like that. I do miss the sport a lot and being on a team, but it is what it is. So here I am. Um, Next question: what strengths do you possess that will make you suitable to become an effective educator? What weaknesses do you think you have, and how you will address these throughout your... Yes, okay, sorry. Strengths? Yes. I think I'm a very positive and outgoing person. I'm motivating. I will always put my students first, regardless of anything going on. I want the best for them. I want them to love being physically active. You know, it is so important to be physically active and getting your body and your heart pumping. And I think people really don't understand how important it is for your child to be moving. Um, you know, and even as adults, my goal is for them to love it so much that they will continue to be active for a lifetime. My weaknesses, I do have low confidence in myself sometimes. It takes a while for me to break out of my shell, but once I break out of my shell, I can talk, and motivate and all that good stuff. And sometimes I'm a little unorganized, but that's something I'm continuously working on every day. You know, school's helping me out a lot with that. But yeah, it just takes me a while to break me out of my shell and get into the move. But I feel like that's for everyone, so it is what it is. D, the last question: explain what your relationship as a teacher should look like with your students outside your classroom as well as social media. So my relationship with my students outside the classroom should always stay professional. I know that's a really big thing, and in this society it seems like a lot of teachers, educators are not being professional outside the classroom or doing all that, you know, and that's something that just it's not okay. It should always stay professional if it even gets to outside of the classroom. If my students or my athletes ever needed me, I must stay professional at all times, and that's something I need to, you know, I would never cross that line. Always stay professional. Social media wise, I know when I was in high school, you could never, um, you know, be friends with your coach or your teachers until after you graduated on social media. So of course, I think that should stay how that is, no matter if I am, you know, say I go right into teaching high school, you know, I'm only going to be like 6-7 years older than them, you know, still, I don't think that's okay. It's got to wait till after they graduate. It's just the right thing to do. It just always has to stay professional. And it looks like that is it. Thank you guys. I hope I wasn't too awkward in this video. That's probably another weakness I have. But thank you for listening and hope to see y'all soon. Bye.